I'm Vinny Politan. Welcome to Closing Arguments. Great to have you with us on this Friday night. And we begin with some breaking news concerning the man convicted in the assassination of presidential candidate and U.S. Senator Robert Kennedy. Kennedy's son spoke in favor of granting Sirhan Sirhan parole, and the prosecutors did not speak out against granting parole. The 77-year-old has been up for parole 15 times before and has been denied until today. Sirhan was convicted of gunning down Robert Kennedy in June of 1968. Kennedy, the brother of President John F. Kennedy and a candidate for president himself when he was assassinated. In his statement to the parole board, Robert Kennedy's son, Douglas, who was a toddler when his father was killed, said, quote, "I'm overwhelmed just by being able to view Mr. Sirhan face to face," he said. "I think I've lived my life both in fear of him and his name in one way or another, and I'm grateful today to see him as a human being worthy of compassion and love," which is fine. And I understand victims have a right to say whatever they want to say. I just want to put a little perspective on all of this, on Sirhan Sirhan, who he killed and why he killed him, okay? This was a political assassination. This was someone who took the life of a man who was likely going to be president of the United States. Okay? Took his life motivated by two things: the politics of Robert Kennedy and Robert Kennedy's view of Israel. This was a man motivated by wanting to effectuate political change through violence, through murder. I call that terrorism. And is fueled by his hate of Israel and Jewish people. That is a hate crime. Terrorism, hate crime, assassination of a man who was likely going to be president of the United States. And let's give him parole? What is going on here? This does not sit well with me tonight. Let me bring in my think tank quickly. And I don't know if they have any reaction to this at all. Bernardo Villalona is with us in New York, former senior homicide prosecutor in Cleveland, Ohio, criminal defense attorney, law professor at Cleveland State, Ian Friedman. In San Diego, California, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor Brian Watkins. Of course, you can contact him at brianwatkinslaw.com. This just broke. You guys weren't even supposed to talk about this tonight, but I wanted to open it up. If anyone has a reaction, whatever it is, I want to hear it.
I agree with you 100%.
Everybody does. Great.
No,
okay.
no.
Bernardo, you go first. We'll just go around the horn. Go ahead, Bernardo.
I'm going to tell you, it is very frustrating, especially for those that love this man. And the reason why is because you never want to see, especially after losing a loved one, that the person that is responsible for taking away life is being able to be set free into society again, while that loved one will never come back. So that's very frustrating in that sense. But also, Vinny, you got to think that when it comes to the sentencing, they sentence him with the life, with the ability to get parole. And per the system, he served his time and he's supposedly rehabilitated. So therefore, because of that, that he's entitled to be in parole. But as a loved one, I would be very frustrated of seeing this. It's almost like a slap in the face to the country, because this man did take a strong political and love figure from this world.
Yeah, and Ian, I'm interested to hear from you. And what gets me as an American, right? This is someone who's is committing violence and murder to change the politics of America. Okay, and that's number one. Number two, fueled by the hatred of Jewish people and the state of Israel. Ian, go ahead.
Look, those are all obviously subjects that, you're talking about religion and so forth. As a Jewish person, all these things get hit home. But I'm going to go in a little different place with you on this one, Benny. And it's this. It's these sorts of cases that kind of distort how the system works. And I say that for this reason. Your viewers are watching this. They hear you. You're impassioned about it. You may be right. All four of us have our opinions about it. But I'm looking more at it systematically. And when they hear the system didn't work here for these reasons, I always point to the one case like this, and for every case that I can point to like this, I say, but there were 10 other cases where someone perhaps should have been paroled and was not. The system is very inconsistent. Bernard is exactly correct. The system here, as far as it was parole, this man was denied over 15 times. The system allowed for that review. It allowed for contribution and opinion by the prosecutor. The prosecutor did not object this time for the first time in over 50 years. So you may have your opinion here. I'm just simply here to say, right or wrong, this does not reflect how the overall system is. People are not getting out early on parole. We have a term in the criminal defense world being called flopped. And we always say people are going to be flopped over and over and over, and sometimes they should be out. So take this case on its own merit, but do not allow it to be reflective of the entire system. That's my take on this.
Go ahead, Brian.
You know, I agree with you. You know, the problem I have with this was a well thought out killing. And we have kids in prison who are drunk or with their gangbanging friends. Something happened, a felony occurred, someone was shot and killed. Their kid's a teenager, 19, a 20-year-old kid who was drunk at the time, and they're sitting in there without life, without the possibility of parole. And this guy, in a well thought out killing, gets parole. That's what's so appalling about it.
All right. That's the big breaking news.